Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to another session of your social science children. We've been already seeing about the atmosphere and the various factors influencing atmosphere. So in that we have seen atmospheric temperature and air pressure. So now we will see what is the atmosphere air pressure, and then we will continue the major pressure belts. Okay. So here you can see, so the four important factors that influence climate are atmospheric temperature, air pressure and wind, then moisture and precipitation. So first we will have a quick recap. We have already seen about what is air pressure. So now we will have a quick recap about air pressure once again. So the pressure exerted by the weight of the air on the earth's surface. So the pressure which is created by the weight of the air, because atmosphere has its own weight. Why does it have weight? Because it contains minute dust particles and gases. So that is why it has some weight. It also has water vapor. Okay, so that is how it is having its own weight. So that weight, when it creates a pressure on the earth, that is called as air pressure. So the human beings will not feel this pressure. Why do we not feel this pressure? Because we ourselves have air pressure inside our body. So this is the highest at the sea level. So when it is on the sea level, the air pressure is the highest. Then it will decrease as the altitude increases. So as we have seen already, so if this is going to be sea level, so when it goes up maybe to a mountain, okay, the air pressure will decrease. Okay, so this air pressure will decrease. The altitude goes high, air pressure comes down. Okay, so this temperature also influences the air pressure. So temperature is another important factor that influences air pressure. So now we will see, when the temperature is heated, what will happen? The air will also become hot, right? So that will become light. Just because it is heated, the air will become light and it will start going up. Okay, so the example, just because the air is heated, something goes up. Can you find some example? Yes, it is hot air balloon. Okay, so it becomes lighter and it will start moving upwards. So what will happen? This will create low pressure in the area. Okay, so how do we characterize a low pressure? By cloudy skies and humid weather. So what will happen if it is going to be completely opposite? When the temperature is low, okay, what will become, what does happens to the air? Air will become cold and heavy. When the temperature is hot, air will become light and it will raise up. But when the temperature is cold, air will become cold and it will become heavy. It will come down. Okay, so that will create high pressure. So once it comes down, it creates higher pressures in that area. So how do we sense the high pressure in that area? We sense it by a very chill climate. Okay, so air always flows from high pressure areas to low pressure areas. So as we have seen, from the high pressure area, the air will flow towards the low pressure areas. Okay, so now we will see about the pressure belts. Okay, the major air pressure belts of the earth. So these are the broad belts or the zones which experience similar pressure levels. So we say a particular area that forms a belt. See, for example, this is the structure of earth. This will be a belt. So again, this area will be a belt. So how do we characterize a belt? The pressure experience, the pressure levels will be the same in a pressure belt. Okay, so the pressure level in a particular area, when it is the same, that area will form a pressure belt. Okay, so now we will see about the first pressure belt. Okay, due to intense heating and rising in air. Okay, so as we have seen, the torrid zone or the place around the equator Yes, it is more hot, right? So because of that, that area is under low pressure zone. So as we have seen, when the area has more heat, the air will go up. So what will happen? Low pressure will be formed in that area. So around the equator, the pressure is always low. Okay. So see, the intense heating and rising in air, a low pressure zone forms around the equator. This zone is called as equatorial low pressure belt or doldrums. Okay, so this is equatorial low pressure belt, or else it can also be called as doldrums. Then it is also called as intertropical convergence zone. So it is also called as intertropical convergence zone. So ITC is it. So around 30 degrees north and south of the equator lies two zones of high pressure. So just around the equator it is low pressure. So above the equator and below the equator it is high pressure belt. Okay, because the pressure is marked by the sinking cold air, right? So these belts are called as subtropical high pressure belts. So the first one we have seen is equatorial low pressure belt. Then comes subtropical high pressure belts. Then what does it comes? It is subpolar low pressure belts. So here what happens, around 60 degree north and south of the equator there are two zones where the pressure is because of the rotation of the earth. So the pressure in this area is because of the rotation of the earth, and that is a very low pressure. So these belts are called as subpolar low pressure belts. Okay, so the pressure is alternative. So when a place is low pressure, then comes the high pressure, then again a low pressure, again it is going to be a high pressure belt. So in the frigid zone near the poles, the temperature is very low. So when the zone is near the frigid zone, so almost near the poles, okay, the temperature is very low. So what will happen? These places record high pressure. So the North Pole and South Pole records high pressure. Okay, so here you can see the pressure belts on the Earth's surface are permanent and they determine the course of wind. So based on the pressure, the wind structure differs from one zone to another zone. Okay, so here you can see this is equatorial low pressure belt. Then what happens? The subtropical high pressure belt. Then it is subpolar. Here we have seen, right? This is subpolar low pressure belts, and towards the poles it is again high pressure. Okay, so that is how the wind structure is there based on the air pressure. So now we will see what is a wind. Yes, the word which we have very often heard about is wind. So the movement of air from the areas of high pressure to low pressure is called as wind. So for example, we have already seen a picture like this. Okay, so if this is going to be the place of high pressure, and this is going to be a place of low pressure. So the wind that blows in this direction is called as, the air that blows in this direction is called as wind, right? So a wind is named after the direction it flows. So the wind is named. So we name the wind based on the direction it travels. Okay. So the example is the wind that blows from northeast is called as northeast wind. Okay, so the same way the wind that blows from southwest is called as southwest wind. Okay, so that is how we name the wind. Now, so based on the nature, okay, winds are classified into various types. So we will see one by one: permanent winds, periodic wind and local winds. So we will see first what is a permanent wind. Okay, so these are related to the permanent pressure belts. They blow from the same direction, right, and they follow the same course throughout the year. So it will always blow in a same direction. It will never change its direction, and it is always in the permanent pressure belt. It will not vary, and it almost remains the same throughout the year. Okay, so next what happens? These winds move hot air from the equator towards the poles, which means from the equator it takes away the hot air towards the pole. So if this is going to be the structure, this is equator, it will take the hot air from the equator to the poles. Okay, so the air moves from the equator towards the north pole and it comes down towards the south pole. That is the structure of this permanent wind. So permanent wind plays a vital role in maintaining the global temperature. So equator being a torrid zone and a hottest zone, this cold wind moving from the equator, it plays a very important role. Vital role is nothing but important role. Okay, important role in maintaining the global temperature. So now we will see what are the other names of permanent wind. So the other names of permanent wind is planetary wind or prevailing wind. Okay, so this planetary or prevailing wind are of three types: trade winds, westerlies and polar easterlies. So now we will see what is a trade wind. Trade wind is the air that moves just above and below the equator towards the equator. The air moves towards from the west to the eastern direction. So here you can see from the subtropical high pressure belts towards the equatorial low pressure belts. So as we have seen, right, these lines, these two lines are subtropical high pressure belts. Then what about this line? This is equatorial low pressure belt. Okay, so from the equator, from the subtropical high pressure belts, it brings the air towards the equator. That is the work of this trade wind. So now we will see, in the north it is called as northeast trade winds. Okay, it is called as northeast trade winds. The same way from the south it is called as southeast trade winds. So this brings the wind from subtropical high pressure belt towards the equatorial low pressure belt. Okay, now next we are going to see about westerlies. So what is the work of this westerlies? This will take the air from the subtropical high pressure belt towards the subpolar low pressure belt. Okay, from subtropical high pressure belt towards subpolar high pressure belt, subpolar low pressure belt, right? Same way on the northern hemisphere also. So this takes from subtropical high pressure belts to the subpolar low pressure belts, as I told you earlier, and in the north it is called as southwesterlies, and in south it is called as northwesterlies. Okay, then comes polar easterlies. So this is the wind that blows just above the subpolar low pressure belt and below the subpolar low pressure belt in southern hemisphere. Okay, so just above and below the subpolar low pressure belt. Okay, so here this blows from polar high pressure belts to the subpolar low pressure belt. So from the polar high pressure belt is nothing but the pressure belt which is prevalent in the poles. Okay, this is on the poles. So from the high pressure polar belt, it will just fall up to the subpolar low pressure belt. Okay, so in the north it is called as polar northeasterlies. The same way in south it is called as polar southeasterlies. Okay, so these are the various types of trade winds. So here you can see this is the intertropical convergence zone as we have seen. So what will happen to this tropical easterlies? It will start from the subtropical high, right? Subtropical high pressure belt, and it will come towards the equatorial low pressure belt. The same way in the southern hemisphere also. Then what will happen to this prevailing westerlies? It will go from the subtropical high pressure belt towards the subpolar low pressure belt. The same way in the southern hemisphere also. Then what happens to this polar easterlies? It will come from polar high pressure belt to subpolar low pressure belt. The same way polar high pressure belt to subpolar low pressure belt. So the terms are quite tricky. We have to be careful when we mark the terms. Okay. So now we will see about periodic winds. So these are the winds which are also called as seasonal winds. So like monsoons, they also blow during the particular season only. So this is prevalent only during a particular season. When the seasons change, the seasonal winds also will change their direction. Okay, so these are the winds that give us rainfall during the monsoon. Okay, so when the season change, the wind's direction will also change. Okay, so in India during the summer, southwest monsoon winds are there which will blow from sea to land, and that brings the rainfall here. And in winter what happens? Northeast monsoon winds will blow in the opposite direction. So first in summer it is southwest monsoon that gives us rain. It blows from the sea to the land. Okay, what happens to the northeast monsoon? The wind blows from the land to the sea. Okay, so that is the quite opposite directions that changes based on the monsoon. Then land and sea breeze are the periodic winds that blow daily along the coast. So now we will see what is land breeze and what is sea breeze. So sea breeze is nothing but the cool air from the ocean goes to the land, and the warm air from the land reaches the ocean. Okay, cool air from the ocean goes to the land, and what happens in return? The warm air in the land comes back to the sea. That is sea breeze. Then what about land breeze? Land breeze is taking the cool air from the land to the sea, just opposite to sea breeze. Okay, so it takes the cool air from the land to the sea, and it in turn gives warm air from the sea to the land, right? So now we will see about sea breeze first. So during the day the land is hotter than the water of the sea. As we have seen in atmospheric temperature, land gets hotter and colder as quicker as possible than the sea. Okay, sea takes time to absorb the heat as well as to absorb the cold, but it is not so in the case of land. Okay, so the land is hotter than the sea water in the daytime. So what happens? The region of low pressure is created. Why? Because of the hot temperature. What will happen? Air will go up. So what will happen again? It creates low pressure. We have seen that. Okay, so this low pressure is created over the land, and what will happen? Wind, when it blows from the sea. Okay, so when land is on low pressure, what will happen to sea? It will be on high pressure. Okay, so it is quite opposite. When land is on low pressure, sea is on high pressure. So what happens? The wind will blow from the sea. Okay, so that is called as sea breeze. Clear? So then what happens? Land breeze. So at night times, what will happen? The same way, the land will be cold, right? So the conditions are reserved. Now what happens? The sea becomes warmer than the land. The land is cold now, sea is warmer now. So what will happen again? So now where is the low pressure? Where the temperature is more. So sea is under low pressure now during the night times. So what will happen again? The place of high pressure will send the air to the low pressure place, right? So as we have seen, the wind flows from the high pressure towards the low pressure only, yes? So the cool wind will blow from the land towards the sea. So what was land breeze? The wind that blows from sea to land was sea breeze. The wind that blows from land to sea is called as land breeze, right? Yes. So now we are going to see about local winds. So these are the winds that blow in a particular place or a very smaller area at a particular time of the day or a year. This occurs very rarely on a particular day or a particular time of the year only. So the example for that is a local wind called Lu blows over the western Indo-Gangetic plain during the summer. So this is the regular wind which blows during the summer season in the western Indo-Gangetic plain. Okay, so this wind is strong, hot and dry. So this is not like the other winds. This is a very strong wind. This is hot in nature and it is also dry in nature. So we have seen the three types of wind, right? So first we have seen about permanent wind, then we have seen about prevailing wind, and now we have seen about local winds, right? So with this we have come to the end of the session, children. We will continue about atmosphere and the more factors that influence atmosphere in our next session, children. Thank you. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.